Very, very popular. Most servings, lowest price, best value. Final question for me from now.
Okay.
With 172 servings, how long will that last? One person or a family of 2, 3, 4 or whatever?
Great question. So your 172 servings is made up of 10 lunch and dinner entrees, which is what you've seen us making here, all laid out in front of us. Also 3 different breakfast entrees, if you will, although obviously they're great any time of day, but those are the oatmeals we were talking about, the brown sugar maple cereal, the apple cinnamon, also a new strawberry granola, which is highly munchable. I've been picking at it all day long. It is wonderful. And then, you know, a couple of treats, if you will, vanilla pudding, because listen, if we're gonna be doing this for days on end in a storm, I'm gonna need a little bit of sugar, you know, and so are the kids. So there is a treat, also a yogurt dessert, but this is something I really like. It comes too with the orange drink, because remember, we're already using water. So we got kids are getting a little tired of water. I'm gonna get a little tired of water. Ready for a little flavor. Pitchers of orange drink, and my favorite of all is the mom who's raised young ones who were probably nervous and scared, the ability to make 2 pitchers of whey milk. That means sippy cups at night and that bedtime story are still happening. That means if you need milk on your granola to be happy, it's happening. You know, we're going for normalcy here. So with all those different things, it is enough food to have 3 entrees per day for 1 person for 1 month.
Wow.
So then we can do a little math. 2 people, 2
weeks.
Family of 4, 1 week. So it is a week for a family of 4 with 3 entrees a day. That is what's important to me, and that is actually how this servings and the buckets got so big. You were joking that your bucket wasn't as big. Well, when Wise started looking at what they wanted to do for all of us to help us be prepared, the bottom line is we tend to want to eat 3 meals a day. That's normal, that's healthy, that's what we do. So this is sized to have those 3 entrees a day for a family of 4 for a week, plus obviously the beverages.
So that's really important. So now you can kind of work it out from there in terms of maybe how many you'd like to buy. A family of 4 can eat well for 1 whole week. 1 person can eat well for 1 whole month. So bear that in mind as we keep going. But I'm getting hungry again, Stephanie.
I know, well good, you're gonna be trying some baked potato for me, and I'm gonna have you try the room temperature one because we are simulating emergency here. Again, all I'm doing is adding water. It does not have to be hot water. It will go more quickly with hot water. So, you know, if you're using it for what I call a weeknight emergency, I have those a lot. You know, the whole, okay, maybe I am just too tired and cannot get to the store. Maybe I have a sick child who I can't pack up and take to the store. Maybe I'm sick and can't get off the couch to go to the store, but I still have to feed my family. This is where emergency can be loosely defined. You know, everything doesn't have to be a tornado, a flood, and goodness knows we certainly don't want it to be. You know, when we do the math for the value, this comes down to 50-some cents a serving.
Can't beat that.
50-some cents a serving of baked potato casserole that has a flavor profile and texture that I'm not sure I could make from scratch, and I certainly couldn't make it from scratch without having to chop a lot of potatoes, having to add, you will notice, some smoky flavors, some chives, some parsley.
Well, it smelled good just when you were stirring it.
I mean, it's got so much going on, and that's what I love about these entrees.
You're right.
You like that one?
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah.
Okay, it is definitely smoky. There's flavor though. You know, there's no other way to describe it other than to tell you that just like I did with the teriyaki rice, I'll be finishing this plate. And that's how good it is because it does taste so good. That's why when Pat called in, it's like a light bulb moment for a lot of folks because Pat said it. She bought the first set of Wise Food and she opened every single packet. She wanted to try everything. She wanted to make sure she liked everything in this whole set before she went on and bought them for all of the friends and family members that she loved and cared about so much. This tastes delicious. Why? Because it's been created by chefs. And this is the reason, truly, that's made Wise famous. There's a lot of people who've been making emergency food, but Wise broke all the rules. They said, why does this emergency food have to taste like emergency food? We're gonna create food that is, you know, shelf stable for 25 years, up to 25 years, but actually create stuff that tastes delicious. And that has created a huge momentum across the country. Wise Food is now the leader in emergency food because they are doing it, in our opinion, better than anybody else. So I'm gonna keep eating this. Don't forget the 2 extra flex pay if you use the HSN credit card, this is fabulous.
Good. And you know, again, we're gonna define emergency loosely. Maybe the emergency is, you know, the paychecks run a little thin this week. I'd like to put off going to the grocery for another day, but I have this, and so obviously I can still feed my family.
Right.
Recreationally, this is top of the line. This is what people who seriously camp, seriously hike, who go off and do fun, crazy things in the wilderness use. Because for one thing, it's very easy to carry. You know, the pouches themselves slip right into the backpack or your pack or whatever you're using. But then you get a great meal. I joke all the time that I don't mind camping as long as it goes well. Right. Which means when it rains and the fire doesn't work and it isn't hot enough and I can't cook, then I'm starting to get a little cranky.
Right.
As a camper, I'm bringing this along. It's okay if you really hope to grill the dogs and the burgers and do all that. So do I when I'm camping, but it doesn't always work. So when it doesn't work, you still eat. Same with hiking. I know you have the best plans to be home at 4 o'clock, but things happen. Maybe the hike got too long, and maybe you were just having too much fun. Maybe you're just darn hungry. You know, no matter what it is, this is the way to always have something to eat. It can be a life-saving matter, but it doesn't have to be.
And it's important to paint that picture because it's both of those things. I think for many of us, whatever the reason, whatever the cause, I know that for the majority of us, we'd agree that the weather and Mother Nature has been wilder than seemingly ever in the past few years. I mean, there's been a lot going on. It's the hurricanes and tornadoes, the terrible winter storms, the power outages, the floods. We all know somebody who's been affected, right? You know, so this isn't a luxury item. This isn't something that coulda, woulda, shoulda, maybe got. It's something we have to have. Remember, if you need a nudge in the right direction, today is the best deal we've ever done. And I've been with Stephanie on multiple today's specials. This is our biggest deal ever. And on top of that, once you've bought it, you rest easy. You don't need to think about it again. I just want to take a quick time out, if we can, and head over this way. Because over to my left, there is a set of extra options that you may want to purchase with your Wise Foods. One is going to be meats and protein, one is going to be the fruits and desserts, one is going to be the veggies. We'll talk about all three extras.